Hey everybody, Scott Spreitzer here, DocSports.com, and welcome to the update for Wild Card Weekend of the NFL College Football Championship Weekend. It is Saturday, January 5th, and we've got a free pick coming up in one of this weekend's NFL wildcard games. Got that coming up in just a second. First, a quick note, if you've yet to become a member, over at DocSports.com, real cool way to give it a try. You click on the link below the video, get set up for a free $60 account. You can use those free $60 on any of my daily packages, including football, or anybody else over at DocSports.com for that matter. Again, it all starts by clicking on the link below the video. Check it out if you haven't done so thus far. Free $60 account. I think you'll be glad that you grabbed that. Listen, football, the package is available, as you know, as we speak. We've got 3 of the 4 wild card games featured in this package, led by our first 7-star main event in the NFL in a couple of weeks. Didn't have one last week. We're back at it this week, 5-1 with these plays on the season. We're 56-33. Our last 89 NFL plays going back to late last year. The playoff run, as we start these playoffs, is a healthy 15-8, better than 65 or about 65, 66% in that neighborhood as far as the one-loss percentage is concerned. So, listen, 3 football plays for Wild Card Weekend, led by that 7-star main event. Also, the College Football Championship game, which goes on Monday between Clemson and Bama. That's also part of the football package that's available right now at DocSports.com. And if you are not yet a member, you take advantage of that free $60 account. It'll cost you nothing to go get the package over at DocSports.com. Besides football, we also have a just numerous amount of college basketball games. Man, I'm glad I get out in front of these. Basically, my Friday is handicapping Saturday college basketball, starting at about 11 o'clock a.m. Pacific time with a few radio shows in between the handicapping. It's exactly what we did today. We actually got started on this huge college basketball card around 10 a.m. Pacific on Friday. And if not for a few radio shows here and there that we had to jump on and do these segments in Omaha, Phoenix, a couple others, then basically we would have been nonstop. But we do have the card completed in college basketball. We know where the market's going to be even before the numbers come out. One offshore starts putting out the numbers first. They do it several hours before the rest of the books, including Vegas and offshore. So we always know about where the number is going to be, and then the market confirms it. But the handicapping's all done. And I'm explaining this because we do have college basketball, plenty of action, at least 3 plays that will be posted at DocSports.com. Looks like 3 to 5 plays. Got to check a couple of injuries, things of that matter before we post them. But they'll be up Saturday morning at DocSports.com. I do have a 6-star play going in college basketball on Saturday. Red hot with these plays. In fact, this week alone, 2-0 with our basketball 6-star plays. Cashing on Wednesday night, cashing again on Thursday night. We look to make it 3-0 this week, cashing on Saturday. Again, 6-star college basketball play tops the college basketball card this Saturday. And those plays will be available Saturday morning, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. We're going to be in NBA action on Saturday. We've looked at the card, the numbers come out, and we've got 1 play in the NBA for Saturday, and we'll also be involved in the NHL. Plenty of games going on in the National Hockey League. And again, football's ready now on Friday night. All the other sports will be available Saturday morning at DocSports.com. All right, listen, before we get to the free pick in Saturday NFL action, just wanted to update you on the betting report so far. These are coming from Jason Simbel, who is the VP of Risk Management over at CG Sportsbooks in Las Vegas. And he sent these out late Friday afternoon, so we're going to let you know where they are. And I've told you before, it kind of depends on the book to a certain extent on where the sharps and where the squares happen to have their money. There's a difference between offshore and Vegas, but you'll see the point spreads generally within a half a point of each other. They all stay within that market. And as far as these are concerned, we talked about William Hill yesterday. We've talked about some offshores. If you missed yesterday's video, go back on YouTube and check it out. Because we did talk a lot about the big bets that William Hill has taken along the way throughout the course of the season and where some of their liability is. Now, Jason over at CG told us on this week's podcast, the Vegas Sharps at DocSports.com, that they do fear a Bears win, not only in the Super Bowl, which will put them in the red with liability, but also even if the Bears win the NFC Championship. It's going to mean losses for CG. And they kind of tell you how they try to get out from under it a little bit also. And we talked about that with Jason. So check out that podcast. Vegas Sharps this week over at DocSports.com. It's on iHeart, iTunes, Stitcher. But if you go to DocSports.com, upper right-hand corner, you'll see a drop-down menu in red. Drop it down, click on Vegas Sharps, and check out the podcast. All right, here's what Jason sent to us on Friday. The Colts and Texans, that game, of course, Houston won 1.5. 62% of the bets, 64% of the money on the Indianapolis Colts. You'll remember the last time these two teams met on this field earlier this season, Texans were a 4-point favorite, now all the way down to 1. Seahawks and Cowboys, they met earlier this season. Different team, though, when you talk about Dallas now with Amari Cooper making such a big difference for this offense. But Cowboys are up to 2.5. Totals 43. 67% of the bets, 52% of the money coming in on Seattle so far over at CG. Chargers and Ravens, there are some 2.5s out there, but they're as high as 3 now. Baltimore, the home favorite. The total 41.5. 63% of the bets as of late Friday afternoon, early Friday evening are on the Chargers, but 69% of the overall money on the Ravens. The Eagles and Bears laying 6.5, total 41.5. 60% of the bets, 57% of the money on the Chicago Bears. So there's your update as far as where the betting action is and where the lines are as we speak for this weekend's wild card action. And the free play that I have, and as I mentioned, I've got 3 premium plays in the NFL, the College Football Championship available right now, DocSports.com. 7-star play in the wild card round is the lead play. 56 and 33 last 89. Go grab them if you want them, if you want to jump on board, no doubt about it. But the free play we're going to look at is the total between the Colts and the Texans on Saturday. And that Indy passing game going up against this Houston secondary ought to work wonders again. The secondary for the Texans does leave a lot to be desired. I think Andrew Luck, who lit up the secondary this season in 2 games, is going to do it again. I don't think that Houston can make the kind of changes with their personnel to really give Luck a real tough time in the passing game that Indy will run. And they'll have a few new wrinkles out there. Both sides will. But I like Andrew Luck to be able to help his team score some points again against this Houston secondary. Excuse me. And the Colts offensive line, by the way, has been tremendous, as you know, all season long. Pass blocking well, run blocking well, and I think they'll be able to handle the Houston defense once again. I also expect the Texans to be able to put up a lot of points themselves. Deshaun Watson, listen, he's been under some heat. That Texans pass blocking can be like a sieve sometimes, but I think they'll have some wrinkles also worked out from all indications. That'll change things up a little bit in their passing game to take advantage of Indy a little bit. I don't think, they're going to dominate this Indy defense, but I think they'll put up their share of points also. So here's the deal. I do really believe that this one's going to go over 48. And as it's been reported elsewhere in a lot of places, playoff totals of 48 or higher have gone over 7 of the last 8 times. That doesn't automatically mean you play the over, but it tells you how things have gone in the NFL and in the postseason as rules have changed and been geared more towards an offensive game. I expect this one to land in the mid to high 50s, combined points by the time it's done. We like over 48 between the Colts and the Texans on Saturday. Again, the football package for the entire wild card weekend and including Monday's College Football Championship available right now. Don't miss out. 62% the last 14 plus weeks. College football and NFL combined. $100 per unit bettors up about $12,000. We've got college basketball. By the way, college baskets, 64% against the spread, going all the way back to December 15th. We've got NBA, we've got NHL, all going on Saturday. Football available anytime if you watch these on Friday night. Basketball and hockey will be available on Saturday morning, again, only at DocSports.com. All right, listen, if you like these videos, click on that link, that thumbs up link, and also be sure to subscribe. We appreciate those who have done so thus far. I'm Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Let's put Friday in the win column. I'll be right back here Saturday. We'll try to get on with the next video by 11:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday night. Get your free pick from Sunday's card. We'll talk a little bit about where the action is on Sunday's wildcard games at that time. All right, best of luck on Friday. We'll talk to you Saturday night.